Hi guys. She goes, that's why she say every time. But tell her the wallet is empty. Okay, man. Tasha. Okay, man. Hi guys, how you doing today? Muna Ansonyuwa, you know what happened today? I was in this place by like 6:20. My goal was to actually go running. And it was raining. So I said, Kangwemuano. I said to myself, Kangwemuano, Nindemu, I wait for the rain to actually come down. When the rain comes down, I'll go run. That was around 6:40, because nasusene nturange nkuba teacher. And I said kaninde kangwemu ano dawenga nkuba ekolachi. Nekati tena kendera. And I slept. And you'll be surprised, I woke up at 8:13. It's even ashaming. Nenga, how did you guys sleep? Today is Lifestyle Wednesday. But I just wanted to share the story of yesterday's inspection. I did one inspection and I did one Ebiganye diagnosis. Now, you guys are bringing cars for Ebiganye diagnosis. All the cars that I'm getting from you guys to diagnose have almost the same problems. They have the problems of misdiagnosis from your mechanics, one, poor fixing from your mechanics, lack of attention to detail. Yeah, all the cars that I'm getting from the first one, from the Mark X to the Sienta, there is an Alex that we got, and then yesterday it was a Toyota IST. Yeah. Now all these cars have problems of misdiagnosis, a lack of attention to detail, bad fixing. And there is one particular issue that keeps repeating itself. Your mechanic puts the wrong plugs in your car. Your mechanic puts the wrong plugs in your car. Once your mechanic puts the wrong plugs in the car will not function no matter what. Samuel Ntale, K. Jovan, Chairman, Zach Henry Modern Juice, Lawrence Omule, Elizabeth Samike, Paul Sema VIP, Udi Frank, and Abigaba Conrad. Motion by Ben. Udi Frank, yes, it can. It can. But the bigger the car, the better the experience driving to Juba. So guys, today okuduka kuganye nagana okudamo okudukira mu nkuba. Okujako, if the rain finds me when I'm running, then I will continue running. But if I find the rain raining, I am not running. So yesterday we got a car for diagnosis. I did a report here. Let me see if I can get it. I can get the report for you guys. But I remember almost everything that we need to work on. I just need to send this gentleman the report, yeah? So one, the engine literally doesn't perform at all. Until when you put AC, then it doesn't go. Have you ever been driving a car, no nyaka, but you step the accelerator to the very end, and the car is not moving at all? So that's what happened with the car. On the hills, it literally doesn't go. It struggles. One, the plugs are not for the car. The coils, they put the coils that are there work, but they are not the best quality. The throttle system is also dirty like all your cars. Neyange throttled dugala. I feel my car when I'm moving, it's not moving as well as it should be moving. But some of you guys don't know about that. Guys, we need to change air cleaners as often as possible. The moment you don't change your air cleaners, your car is going to be dirty. Then it's going to affect the performance in the long run, yeah? 3, the car had very big tires. Guys, me, I quit the business of putting bigger tires on my car. I put the recommended tires only. If they recommend 159, 185, 59, 55, I'll put 185, 59, 55. That's put the recommended tires on your car. If you want to raise your car, use spacers and springs, okay? Or shocks, but don't change the tires. Once your tires are big, the steering is going to be hard. Ochitegera kati atenze athabwe embanda sondo uya IST unti karuba steering chitegeza atomulala abajuulira. Mabega suspension tiyabadde nnungi, but basically ku bintu bya performance. Also guys, when your AC dies, okay, and they tell you need to change your AC pump. Your AC pump has part numbers, has a part number. Read that part number. When they bring the new AC pump, make sure the part number on your AC pump is the same part number on the AC pump they are putting in your car. AC pump, it's going to affect the performance of your car. After, how do you determine a good plug? Let's say a Toyota Noah 2011. Now, there are engines that are supposed to have long plugs, and there are engines that are supposed to have short plugs. Now, the one NZ that is in the Toyota IST is supposed to have long plugs. Kati, the one NZ that is in the Corolla Namukade, that's the old one NZ, is supposed to have the short plugs. Ira plug is a one NZ in Kade. At Sifao, they sell them 78,000 right now. But the long plugs that are supposed to go in the new one NZ, which is in the Toyota IST new model, will cost you about 380 to 450,000 shillings. 4 plugs like this. Because those plugs are expensive, maybe your mechanic fears to tell you the actual cost. Because in Chiseka market is NZ empia, but just guze mitwalo nga 15. Nenga ateza NZ enkadde, but just guze mitwalo ngena 5. Ontegera. Probably your mechanic asks for the 150 and they end up bringing the one for 40 or 50 and putting them in your car because your car will keep moving. But eventually you'll feel the performance deficiency in your car. Coils. The new coils are cheaper, but they don't function as much as the Japanese used coils. Those are 2 factors that I found in that car. After we have worked on those two factors, then we'll move on to the next bit. Let me see if I can get the inspection, the report, the diagnosis report, and I read just the summary. Yeah. So guys, I'd like to remind you, I have a service that I call Ebiganye Diagnosis. I only work on Ebiganye. If your car is still okay and your mechanic can manage it, don't bring it to me. If you're sure your mechanic has failed, or Ebiganye Diagnosis. If you are sure that your mechanic is just wasting your time, is not going to fix that car, then bring that car to me. So I created the form just like the one for inspection. So yesterday's inspection, this is the summary of the report. Yeah, the vehicle requires comprehensive maintenance and repairs, including a thorough cleaning of the entire throttle system, replacement of spark plugs and ignition coils, and the repair work on the rear suspension system. Suspension system, they wanted to put spacers. They could not get the right spacers for the springs. So what they did is they shifted the springs and faced them upside down, which is not a good thing. So, and what they were trying to do is raise. They also put, because they put the wrong spacers, so we're going to buy new springs, buy new spacers, and put them the right way. The shocks are okay. The transmission oil pan is damaged and needs fixing. The owner of the car himself told me he was driving and then he hit a stone. So the oil pan of the gearbox needs to be straightened out. And also as you're driving the car, road with a gear, there is also an air conditioning refrigerator rig on the passenger side that must be repaired, and the AC pump should be replaced with the one that is correctly specified for the engine. Additionally, one of the AC lines is being pressed by the engine mount and needs proper positioning. Yes, there is that engine mounting mujimanyimwe a better side here driver. There is a pipe, an AC pipe that actually goes through, you get around there. The mounting is actually pressing on the AC pipe. Very soon it will break if it's not worked on properly. Further work include replacing missing rubber components. The rubber components under the car that are missing, including the one that is on the the bushing that holds the suspension for the exhaust pipe. That also needs to be worked on. And then of course replacement of air filters. Now the estimated repair cost for that car, if you get there, will be between 1.5 and 2 million shillings. The spark plugs alone will cost this person about 400,000 shillings. Okay, then he will need to buy coils. Each of those coils will cost him probably 80,000 shillings, which is about about 320,000. Yeah, and then once the oil pan of the gearbox is removed, they will need to top up CVT oil. Now CVT oil is expensive. It will depend on how much needs to be topped up. Yeah. Now with the CVT gearbox, he has already worked on it. But I think there is something that happened to it now. So between 1.5 and 2 million, I've already advised the gentleman himself to go to SIFAO with the chassis number. They give him the plugs. So I'm giving him, let me see the things to change. Air filter. We need also change the fuel filter in the tank, because it's one of the things that also, once the car is deprived of fuel, means the pump down there is also clogged. Especially bobonyo mafuta amabi. Air filter, fuel filter, the spark plugs, then things to clean, throttle. And guys, this is a report that I already filled in. 81. Items to clean: the throttle, the mass airflow sensor, the intake manifold, the PCV valve. Especially when people continue putting bad oil or take long to service. We're going to check the transmission oil. There was a shaft rubber boot ya vako. We need to also change the rubber boot driver side or rubber boot ya bad yulika. Suspension and steering. We are going to change the springs, the bushings. Then the steering rack was hard. I really want to see why the steering rack was hard, but that needs to be checked out. The brake pads, so the AC pump. And then there was the airbag warning light. Engombe bila kusaidia mwamalo jiwe tabu woti nolio kwa kube ngombe, so that needs to be checked out as well. So we are also going to check out a bunch of sensors and fuses to make sure they're okay. Yeah, I think that's literally the work that needs to be worked on. So the computer reported errors and clearing. So he took the car because it doesn't have a tracker. So I told him, go back with the car, you'll bring it back. Because I think I have an inspection today. I am not really sure about tomorrow, but today I am sure I have an inspection. It was booked like weeks ago. So there was no way I was going to keep someone's car and tell him tracker. So I told him to go back with the car and bring it tomorrow if he wants us to work on the car. So we will see about that. So that's the Eriganye diagnosis I worked on. And guys, all your cars literally have the same problems. It's your mechanic not paying attention to detail. After chassis number and the engine number, are they different? Yes, they are different. The engine number is the number of the engine, like one NZ. The chassis number is like the chassis number. Let me see the figures of my chassis number. Is it Anika chassis here? So my engine number starts with 1NZ. The engine number is 1NZ FXE. The chassis number is NHW. All Priuses start with NHW. Which take it, right? Normally when I'm doing a review, if I start by saying this is like the way I started the Toyota Alex, I said this is the Toyota Alex You're chassis number. We said the model number, but majority of the time I talk about the chassis. Hi, Ronald Muchwa, Lucky Mose, Eric Oloy, Mukisa Emma Cafero, Morris Atom. Since it's Lifestyle Day, what is better between a Vanguard and CX5 or used bucket? I think the CX5 buy it when it's new. I think the CX5 is more stylish than the Vanguard. I think it's more comfortable than the Vanguard. Yeah, I think it will eat more babies than the Vanguard. But the Vanguard is more reliable than the CX5. The Vanguard will never get you stranded anywhere. The CX5, on the other hand, I cannot say the same. Which take it, and majority of you guys are buying diesel CX5s, right? Moroka diesel city kamanyo. Jigulenga tewali petrol. Nadala mwabata vuga long distances. Hi, Mr. Cometa UGVIP. How are you today? Hilton Junju. Hi. Lemont. What's the average price of locally used Toyota Vanguard? 35. And if you're lucky to find it, most of the Vanguards are not so common. Amina. Ricky Chikawa, how are you? So guys, yesterday we bought a Toyota IST. Now, the car we bought wasn't our goal. The guys that have not seen the IST we bought, I posted it on the channel. I also posted the inspection report of the same. Let me go through the inspection report, show you the images for the guys that have not yet seen it. That's a 2002 Toyota IST. That's the old model. And let me see. Let me just get the inspection report here. Kati, why am I getting the inspection reports? It's good. I want to find to say things that I also included in the report. Now, the IST we bought wasn't our goal. Our goal was either Mark X, Mark 2 Grand or Mark 2 Musota. But the gentleman is actually a very long-term subscriber here. The gentleman that bought that car told me, Arthur, I want to buy that car, drive it for a few months and sell it. Now, the only car that could be sold in a few months and with ease would be a Mark X. However, most of the Mark X's we were seeing were bad. Either above the budget, above 12 million, or bad. And then we were told about the Toyota IST. And I said, if you can get a Toyota IST at 12 million, that would be a very good thing, because I am sure someone else is looking for that Toyota IST at 12 million right now, or 13, and they can't find it. So if we buy that Toyota IST, then it means a couple of months to come, we will have one of the cheapest cars in Uganda, if we are selling it almost at the same price that we bought it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So I say, let's go look at the IST. We looked at Mark II Grand, but the Mark II Grand, in a couple of months again, that's quite predictable. Nobody knows how much they're going to be selling that Mark II Grand. So the Toyota IST, we looked in places, the Nakawa, Chireka, Bugoro, Bichebando. So the Toyota IST has the 2NZ engine, which is a 1.3 liter engine. That engine can also be found in the Toyota Vitz. It's common in the Toyota Vitz and the Toyota IST. I've not seen it in any other car. Because it's a 1.3 liter engine, it will save a lot of fuel. It still has very good performance, by the way. Very good performance. The AC was not working and has not worked in a couple of months. In a long time, let's just say. Arthur, what's the difference between the VIN and chassis? The VIN is the chassis number. The VIN is the chassis number. The vehicle identification. Chassis number is also the vehicle identification. Good morning, Richard Wanga. So the car has dents, obviously. It's a UAY, but the car looks as good as you saw it, yeah? The tires, I suggested to the gentleman that bought it that we should actually be buying 4 tires, but he did not have money, so I told him, you know what, let's buy 2 tires. For the guys that saw them, we bought the rear tires were actually not so bad, so we bought 2 front tires, and that's what we put. Generally, the car was good. Generally, it was a good car. It's a good car to keep for a young person as well, yeah? The radio doesn't even turn off. So now there are options I did not put in the inspection report for me to choose. So normally when you see normal cassette radio, no CD, just know it's like a normal radio that is not something to keep. So the radio in the IST doesn't go off, it doesn't change stations, it's locked in one station. So you would obviously have to buy a radio. Surprisingly, guys, yesterday the Toyota IST, the 2008 IST that I did a Vanguard diagnosis on, did not have a Kasani. But the IST old model, that one we bought, has a Kasani. The catalytic converter is still in that car. Would you advise someone to buy a Vanguard at 25? Yes, I would. So engine-wise, the engine is perfect. Yeah, the engine sounds good. The transmission was perfecto. So, and it was basically buy and drive. The suspension was even new. But what you want to say, suspension once, buying back a jikola, no jikola. It had one funny sound, a chipapula. In a popular once, actually, we put it out to Sudan no chisura. A chopper once. Now, once a church popular go buzi popular no chitekayo, it's popular chino kuba. The way that plastic cover under the car is supposed to be, it's supposed to be like if you're traveling, the soil and the water is supposed to hit on the chipapula, not go under. Now, when the chipapula is put in a way that the water and the soil can go through like this, then it's useless. That's how it was. So to actually the chipapula chichade chikona kumurukanga chikona ku gearbox nga wo symbol oti chipapula chikona ko. Echirala, the other red flag with the car was that the steering yabadde yekubiddeko oludda. Naye bagisibye ne bagitereza. Okitegeera. So the steering for me was the red flag. As a matter of fact, we looked at the car, I drove it and I refused it. Never twagize twatambudde munga amazima teri moroka ndala okujja ku IST sobola kukola bitwagala yesterday. So we went back and I told the mechanic, so kemusumule kolomo eyo. Bageze sumula kolomo nga oli yagisiba ti yagisiba bulungi kujinyweza ne bajinyweza ne iterera. And for me, once that was done, I said let's go buy the car. So we bought that car 12.5, and the person that bought actually took me aside nanga Arthur. Tuguze bulungi. And I told him bazikuwe $1,12,000 chitundu bagaye nonya ISTF anane etyo. Ontegeera, for me, normally, the people that have done inspection with me, bombuza tuguze bulungi, that's the thing I'll be asking you. Why? Because I know. Nze bwe nsange moroke nnungi ebiseera ebisinga mbasagaana kuddamu kutambula. Because ekirungi kiba kirungi. Techetekana kasanyi be replaced. Yes, Ricky, it can. But you don't need to. Normally when the kasanyi is taken out of the car, makanika bo bamanyi ekyokukola bakasiimula ne ku computer ne kavaako n'oba nga tokyakeetaaga. Like the IST gentleman gye nakozeeko ebiganye diagnosis yambuuziza ata can't I replace this thing, and I told him you don't need to. Gireke moroka terina effect n'emu, okitegeera okyesonyiwa. So I quoted 0 to 500,000 as a repair. The biggest repair that car, the IST we bought, is going to have is the AC system. But I told him he doesn't really need to repair the AC. Agenda mu kyalo gy'agenda okusinga okubeera ewaabwe waliyo chorus. So talina kyegenda mukola. So yesterday we did service and we changed the 2 tires. We did wheel alignment. The wheel alignment cost us 35. The tires cost us 170 times 2. What's that? Zedabaga impira kati ngula mi ajala isi. So 170, let's see, times 2. So we spent 340,000 on the tires. We did service, which was 110. Then we did wheel alignment, which that was 35,000. So yesterday we spent 480. No, twice or 1 hour libiti. Kimanyi ba mwade mitwalo nga etano. No, we also bought a battery. So we bought a battery at 220, I think. So yesterday we spent 735,000 shillings after we bought the kanga. We bought tires, we did service, we bought a battery and wheel alignment. No one wali biti yakuzawo yakoze. Now, battery. That's the work we did on the Toyota IST Negenda. Now, I've not received a phone call from this gentleman. The car is perfect. Normally, I only get phone calls from you guys when the car is not working. Someone is calling me, the car is not working. I'm going to call the person back. We also give car looking services because some people don't know about the car world in Uganda apart from inspection services. So, Morris Atoms, what we do is we look together. Why I want to look with you is because I don't want to go and look for a car and say this car will be good for you because I don't know who you are. So it's important that we look together until we find a good car. Good morning, Solo Extra. Mirimu, good morning. So that's what we did. We bought a Toyota IST. Do I think we bought? Yes. We bought very well. Actually, the person that bought the Sienta, I would have advised him to buy that IST. The person that bought the Sienta. Nali badde muga lwaki tuguze IST n'ogiranga ovuga ene moroka paka bolifuna sente zigenda mu bondi. Omanyi omule okwagala ogule moroka empya nakyo kiri awo. Naye ebiseera ebimu omuntu omuto abata natuuka kugula moroka mpya naye temwagala kukkiriza kuba kati gwe weewuunye sente ze bamukyajinga as interest ye miliyoni 7 almost zo zennyini ayongerako sente kato n'agule moroka endala. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So those are the cars we bought, guys. That's the car we bought, and then the inspection, the big diagnosis we did. I'd like to remind you, let me tell you my services now. I do pre-purchase inspection that costs 450,000 for 1 day of inspection in the Kampala CBD. I do pre-sale inspection when you're going to sell your car. I come inspect the car, shoot a video of it, and then post that video for people to see and call you. 3, I do ebiganye diagnosis. I should design a logo for ebiganye diagnosis. Now, ebiganye diagnosis, let me call my logo guy. Ebiganye diagnosis is if you have a mechanic and he has been working on your car and somehow there's this one thing that he keeps working on that's not getting better, bring it to me. I'm going to work on it and it will get better. You have a car, bring it. But diagnosis, the pre-sale inspection costs 250,000. The diagnosis costs 300,000. Diagnosis only. Nti olutuuka ng'ogenda kumpa emmoroka yo gikebera asa tugange ng'ogamba ng'angassa mu nsawo ng'atandika okukebera emmotoka. Bwe mmala okukebera emmoroka nga nkubuulira buli kirina okukolwa ku mmoroka eyo. You can decide to take it to your mechanic. Me, I don't mind. Bwe nkugamba makanika bw'abikola ebyo emmoroka egenda kuba eteredde nga ge mazima. The cars we have worked on, yeah, after diagnosing, teziddanga mu kufuna bizibu bye zaali zirina because we work on the car entirely. Now, someone was asking yesterday, when a mechanic works on my car, does that make them bad? No, it doesn't make them bad. Do you know why companies have managers? Oh! Do you know why companies have managers? Now, sometimes a mechanic can be good, but he can take certain things for granted because he doesn't have a manager. Do you know why some musicians do very well when they have management, and when the management goes away, they don't? Case in point, Weasel. Case in point, okay, Shiba does okay, but not as okay as she did when she had management. Right? So management is very important because there is attention to detail that your mechanic might not have because he's working on multiple vehicles. That's where management comes in. So even diagnosis itself, your mechanic can misdiagnose your car because there is no one. I watch a lot of medical shows, medical TV shows, and there is this show where the staff, the doctors and nurses actually always have this meeting where they review the cases they worked on, and then they have a chairman of the committee who asks, okay, doctors, that so and so, why did you perform this procedure? Did you inform the patient that this procedure would be dangerous? How long did it take for you to take the procedure? What are the safer? Did you really need to do this procedure and stuff like that? And things like that. I don't know if Ugandan hospitals have things like that. You get it? But I'm saying that the thing that Arthur gives you is that he has an eye that, one, is not emotional about your car, but two, Arthur has something to lose. Your mechanic has nothing to lose. We all know. Aiza no kuvuma. Arthur tasobola kuvuma. Arthur has something to lose. Yesterday someone called me nanga Arthur kati gwe ogenda ku inspecting emoroka yange lwansonga wogereza okukola ensobi voting ku mazzi. Arthur, please say that you are not judged by your winners, rather judged by your losses because they are negligible. Your wins, eh? I do have losses. I do have losses, but the one thing that I've learned, my losses have not been with fixing cars. There is one thing I've learned is that every car can be fixed. You just have to know the right person to fix it. Now, sometimes your mechanic is not the right person to fix your car. I've told you I work with multiple mechanics sometimes. Your mechanic might not just be the right person to fix your car. Every car. Nabanyumiza wenda ne mekanika wange nga tukoze korora na mukadenge ganye twakasamu yingi ni empye moroka iganye okulinya obusozi makanika nangamba athe moroka tugitunde ne mubuza kati nze Arthur ngenda kuguzani moroka enfu until we found some dude na abera nayo okuva sawa nya ku musanvu nankuya nagaye moroka yeteredde jangu yali aganye okungamba ekyakola ki yakola nechi yakola na lynch manya. I just wanted to get it from him. Ne tujivuga ne erinnya obusozi bwe yali terinya kati ekyo nenkiyiga naye ne mufuna ne manya kati kabwe ekiganda bwe kiba kirimu in direction gwe mpita ontegeera eh? So I know that every car can fix. You just have to find the right guy. Sometimes finding the right guy takes a bit of time, but now with you guys, the problems you have with your cars, those are problems that I've seen. Musimanye moroka bojirinya bote temarayo, musimanye moroka yezikiza mujamu, musa ebyo byangu. Just ba makanika teba paying attention. Yacho vura nkwanze tondeta makanika wo kyakola leta makanika wo kyalemereddwa. What does taking a long time to change the air filter affect the car like a Mark X? Guys, every time the car works on three things. Fuel. The fuel is in the fuel tanker. It gets pumped by the fuel pump. It gets filtered by the filter that is in the tanker. It goes through the fuel lines, yeah? And then along the way, there might be like a filter somewhere else, either under the car or in the bonnet. Now, it goes through the injectors, okay? And gets pumped into the combustion chamber. That's the fuel. Now, if you take bad fuel, the filter in the tank will get clogged. That means when it gets clogged, it brings little fuel into the chamber. Echochimu. Two, the air comes into the chidomora wali bachita batya, the jerry can of the air. It goes through the air filter and then it comes into your engine. Now, once there is not enough air, the engine will be deprived of air, the combustion will not be complete. What makes sure we get enough air is the air filter. If you take long to change the air filter, the engine will suck whatever it can get, which includes debris, soil, dust. Now, when the engine sucks all that thing, all those things into itself, the throttle will get dirty. There is another problem with your cars. Now I've remembered I had the same problem with my Vitz. Like, that's like 7 years ago. Is it 7 years ago? In 2018, eh? Nachirabye ku IST eyo, nachirabye ku Alex eri yaruli. I know that problem. Now that's a problem that is a money maker. Now that one, there is no way I can explain it to you. I just have to work on it myself. Are you in jam or just somewhere? I am packed. Isaac nakedde wano kudduka. Bwe ntuse wano enkuba ng'etonya ne ngamba kanneebakemu. Nja kuzuukuka nziruke ng'enkuba ekene. Ne kaakati enkuba tennakya. Bwe neebase nadde bwe nzuukuka nziruke nga broadcast tennatuuka. Because bwe nziruka nga broadcast tennatuuka bwe nzija nekola broadcast I'm relaxed. Munnange, I overslept. So that's why I'm here. So I did not run. I'm not going to run. Sidukira mu nkuba. Enkuba bwe nsanga nziruka sivaayo. Naye bwe nsanga yeetonya nga sinnadduka sijja kudduka. So mbadde nkyaddamu wa air cleaner. Kati the air cleaner is not changed. It's clogged because of dust. So the engine will not be getting enough air. But it will still suck the air it can get. Then it will deaden the throttle. Now when it deadens the throttle, now you'll be getting dirty air in your engine. Dust will go through the engine, and then the engine will over time kyovula ba oil atuuka naddugala because of that. The other button ko kujamu the oil wange yesterday, but when I changed oil, my oil was clean. Oh mwe bagayi mukole service nga Arthur, the oil was clean. Ningamba kati oil nzijemu wachi oil ngamba Arthur kole motoka yo. So guys, change oil on time, but also the air cleaner. Now when the throttle gets dirty, kitegeeza era empewo ejja kuba temala ne throttle yennyini ejja teggulawo bulungi etaamaanyi. Guys, change your air cleaners. May have 5 spare air cleaners in the car. 5. So every month I change an air. Of course, car is gura wholesale mutwalo. You guys buy them at 40. Mutwalo kasi bwemangula air cleaner ku mutwalo. Lwaki sikyusa air cleaner buli mwezi? Byalakizale. Every month I change an air cleaner. Era kati ezo kati zisigaddemu nnyemu nagiteekamu. If it feels good running in the rain because you can cry when no one's seeing. Men don't cry. Okay, we cry, but we don't cry like that. It's women that cry like that after their hearts have been broken. But for us men, when your heart is broken, you go drive your car. You don't cry. And as you're driving your car, you meet a baby. Stay good. Ate kati waliwo emyaka ffe gye tukamu nga tetukyakyayiwa. Nze kati tebakyankyawa. Nga bankyayira ki? Nze ku myaka gyange bankyawa. Oh, do you know why abakazi bagaba ex-boda baafa? Because for them tebakyawa. After what could be causing misfires when starting your car? Sometimes it starts immediately, sometimes it needs you to step on the guys, all of you guys have the same problems. Plugs, coils, throttle. Plugs, coils, throttle. Plugs, coils, throttle. Fuel pump. Fuel pump is rare, but plugs, coil, throttle. Plugs, coils, throttle. Because now you can decide to come and pay 300,000 for Arthur to diagnose your car, or you can learn some of these things. Me, I want the money. Bring the money. Ate sisarako. Guys, senga nali sarako sente banange senge emirimu ginzita sijja kusarako. Let me get the cream de la cream. Mu diagnosis one, let me get the cream de la cream. Mwabala mutambuze muroka za muzeetoloze Kampala. Nze njagala amazo gyetolooza n'egaana. Agirete Arthur agiwa obudde. Kitegeera. Nze moroka nja giwa obudde. Like the IST we diagnosed yesterday, I'm going to have that car for 2 to 3 days. Nga tuli mugikola. Njimuddize nga buli kimu kiteredde. Okitegeera. But also guys, when you're going to buy a car, pay for inspection. Pay for inspection. I know the 450 feels like it's a lot. But if you don't pay the 450, I will get a 300 at diagnosis. Because some of the problems that are in your cars, you buy them with the cars. Some of the problems that are with your cars, you buy them with the cars. How do I get the song for the love of... Hey, there is a link. There is a link. Comment on one of the videos. I'm going to send you a link to directly to the song itself. Mother guy, pay for that for inspection. Never about to take other. Find someone. Some of the problems that you guys buy with the cars, I'll give you an example. The IST we inspected, we did diagnosis on yesterday. Not the one we bought. The one we diagnosed yesterday is a 2008 model. This one that we bought is a 2002 model. You see the car we diagnosed yesterday. You can't even feel the problem. You can't. That's when you know that nobody can stop reggae. Because etambula n'amaanyi ng'ogirinnye ku katono okusinga ng'ogirinnye omuliro. That's a problem that normally you guys don't face, especially when you buy a car without inspection. Because emoroka already mugirinnya mugitya n'olinnya ku katono n'etambula n'egenda. And some of the problems get worse with time. Bw'otakirabirawo kyonooneka. Like now when we are buying a car, I normally tell the person, I should include it in the report, the engine is at what percentage of health, so that you know that maybe miezi mukage etano tujja kuba tu replacing a engine, myaka ebiri tujja kuba tu replacing a engine. I've told you majority of you guys are buying the 1NZ, the old 1NZ erimu spasio murahumu mu mwaka nga gumu emoroka engine eye betandise okukowa. But once you don't get reports like that, waliwo Subaru kali wano kali ku UBK naye kabi. Every 2 days mechanic aba akanika oba aba akanika ki. Every 2 days bonnet baba bagigude. Every 2 days kali kafuwa ne bakakwata mukati era kazzeemu okufuwa. Naye nona avuga bubi emoroka yonna ina alinga gyakeza ku miggo, amatala maatifu, bampa njulifu. Kati kan imagine emoroka eri ku UBK okubanga efaanana bwetyo. Okitegeera. So anyway, so that's what happened yesterday. I'm happy with the purchase. I'm happy with the diagnosis as well. So when they tell me inspection, just inako inspection, irando zangenda kole moroka yange eri ya diagnosis wanaba jirese. But I told him, the diagnosis it's very easy. He can actually work on it from his own garage. Na bitwala ene babikola. Then he has to go buy the plugs himself. Because for baba ina coils emoroka ina zoba zimuwe. Ajatekemu. Achuse air cleaner. Boze mu kimiro. Ontegeera, right? Kasitaba n'abakola ebyo power, the engine power. Esi pump eyinza okuba erina okukyuka. Naye kasitaba n'akola ebyo emoroka ejja kuba. I'm sure he's watching. The moment they work on those things, the power is going to come back. Then suspension echokola nakyo nakimwa ine mu report mu ejiri. So once he does those, he doesn't need to come back to Arthur. Okitegeera. Because no rider able to go nayo obudde nyizo obutabumuwa. Okitegeera. And guys, let me emoroka bobo givuga, if you're driving your car and then it brings back the lights. I know most of the cars we're driving right now are silent. You don't even hear the engine if you're not vigilant. The moment your car stops and the lights come on, the engine has shut off. We can stop a battery, engine check light, oil lamp. We can stop a bunga bunji buze. Ebe ezikidde. Eba teriko. Ebe ezikidde. I want you to always remember that. Hi Maxuna, how are you? Baby television. Mukitegedde bagayi bange. Emoroka yo kasitira go obutale ebe ekoze eki? Ebe ezikidde. Mbasiibula nno. Enkuba erabika ng'ekedde kandi abo bannasobola okusijja kudduka. Enkuba nno nnyingi. Me I'm parked under a tree. Naye enkuba nnyingi. Sijja kudduka. Nja kudduka ku Friday. Kasita it's even Christmas season. This is the only season we are allowed to get fat. Not so. Mwendo season tukirizibwa okugejja. Some of you guys are already big. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. Mbasiibulolo. Njabala bencha. Ngamba nyumiza irobo tunawa tufunye moroka. Moroka je tunonya sinze bunyo yakufuna. Nini gwe nonyeze moroka yota najja. I hope he comes because enkuba engeri enkuba gyetandise. Samuel Ntale, K. Jovan, Chairman Zach Nyenje, Henry Modern Juice, Lawrence Omule, Elizabeth Samike, Paul Sema VIP, Yudi Frank, Abigaba Conrad, Motion by Benji, Kato Muhammad, Eric Oli, Morris Atoms, Mukisa Emakafelo, Lucky Mose, Ronald Muchwa, Lemont, Hilton Junju, Ricky Chikawa, Mr. Komita UGVIP, Geoffrey Rugambwa. Emmotoka gye twadiagnose nze ggulu omusajja kwali tagenda kudda kugikanika, agenda gitwala ewala. Byonna byenjogedde abiwulidde, saaka akasente kaganye. Chairman Zach, Richard Wanga, Mulwana Amos, Mirimu, Solo Extra, Mugalutif. Oyakuba ateeka okuba yewa inspection, enamba sigimanyi. Katamba Isaac Katende, Mwesiga Isaac, Baby Television, Maxuna. Arthur, could I get you to diagnose on my Golf 4? It has solenoid issues, but I want to see if it can be fixed without buying a new gearbox. It's automatic. Abai, on what Golf tayagala kunchawa. Hey, of course I can work on it. Katingenda kola na makanika choyo. Amakanika ba Golf bonna bemanyi bayaye. Wala mutabani wa Kasimu oyo gwe oba anajijira. But the gearboxes are fixed, by the way. Mwesiga, gearboxes are fixed properly. Linda okukanjoge n'omusajja wa gear naye gaasatu njaggalya sijjaggagoba. Petunia, hi. Lifelink, Chairman Zach. Abomu Kamori, I don't take it for granted. It's a nightmare to be driving and suddenly see all the lights on. I've been there. I know. But sometimes it's minor. Like the IST we diagnosed yesterday. Your IST, emanyo muzikirako. But ezikira because omuliro teguli stable, because of the throttle system, the plugs, because the combination of the things that I've said. Emmotoka etuuka ng'omuliro tegugimala neyezikiza. Okitegeera, but once those things are worked out, emmotoka egenda kutereera bulungi ebenga terina buzibu. Mwamulaba wa Mark Extadda nga tankubiranga na ku ssimu. Yeeyagala agenda mu kyalo bw'akoma bwe Kampala bw'agenda mu kyalo yali ayagala n'ogitunda. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. I wish you a very lovely day. Don't forget, we are on our way to make 100,000 subscribers. When is another project? Mugenda kusonda ngenda bawa account number. Actually, I'm going to write the account number today in the comment, in the posts, so that abasonda mutalikirewo okusonda mutandika okusonda sente za project keddako. Njagala million nya bwe tuweza million nya nga tunonya project ka nga tugisaawo ngamba twetaga million bwezi tutandika okukola emmotoka ya for the love of cars tegenda bayange. Guys, thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. I don't take you for granted. Nabali Mokamori, the guys that are watching this episode on another day, on another week. Guys, we are on our way to make 100,000 subscribers. Tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to the channel so that community yongera negeja. Community because abantu banji betaga okubeera wano. Tulina emmoloka emitwalo nga 25 mu Uganda kwa 3. Kati okutwetagako abantu emitwalo 10 bokka nga basubscribe nze. Okitegeera bagambe Kajamba Awino Brenda, thank you, have a good day to you too. Guys, mukama abankumira. I'll see you tomorrow mu Random Cat Talk Thursday. Ciao.